You know who else does it right? Those fucking the people speak in tongues. They just
come on.
They're like
the snake charmers.
You know what that's like?
The charismatics.
Well, the people that speak in tongues, where they just go off and shamalala. You know what that is like? That's like a verbal mosh pit. That's what it's like. They just and everybody's like, Jesus speaks through him. Jesus speaks through him. There's something about that too. There's something like super entertaining about that old Sam Kinison style revival church type preacher. Like, that's a fucking entertaining thing to watch.
But it's also kind of harkens back to like the Greek bacchanals, where everyone's just drunk and just having orgies and just losing their minds.
But it's the same kind of thing. It's like you believe Jimmy Swaggart because he's led you into his little realm of control, and he's your cult leader. You know, if you believe that guy, if you're on TV, he's like, I've sinned. Remember when he got caught with like hookers and what was it, like hookers and blow? Is that what it was?
Is he the one who's
Something
back
happened.
selling rice and cheesy broccoli?
No, that's the other guy. That's
Jim Baker? Okay.
Jim Baker is selling apocalypse food.
it's cheesy broccoli.
But he had apocalypse food that was like under the table, and you would use it as a table. Instead, they were showing how you could store it around the house. And instead of like having table legs, you could have all this boxed food under your table. Like, it's one of the wildest things you've ever seen in your life.
But it's also really funny that
people.
like, if you guys are in his organization, shouldn't you be the ones getting raptured? Like, shouldn't you be like the 100? Oh God,
there he is eating it. Bulk sampler bundle. Imagine. This is the guy that was this. Now this has the Sam Kinison connection too, because he had the affair with Jessica Hahn,
right?
Who was the secretary, the hot secretary, and Jessica Hahn wound up fucking Sam Kinison, and they had. Like,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
They had a terrible breakup. They would talk shit about each other on Howard Stern.
What do you think of what Howard's become recently?
Well,
he's the only person I know who's gone, other than Penn maybe, who's gone from being red-pilled to blue-pilled.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, let me do a little, because the kids these days don't know. Yeah. Howard Stern had a guy in his show, Stuttering John, and he would send them out to talk to celebrities, and he would ask them the most fucked up questions. And this was before social media. So they usually used to have a barrier. You can't just tweet at someone. So when Jennifer Flowers in '92 was announcing that she had an affair with Bill Clinton, people thought he was going to sink his candidacy. He sent his boy there and he asked her, did he use a condom? And then he asked her, are you planning on sleeping with any other presidential candidates? And the reporters there were ape shit and they're trying to kick him out. But like he would do, and it's really kind of funny when he had these comedians who had like a stick up their ass. Like I remember he talked to Billy Crystal, and Billy Crystal like, oh, let me have it. And he's like, all right, are you going to be making a sequel to Mr. Saturday Night, like his big bomb? And the look on Billy Crystal's face, just the pure rage, was absolutely hilarious.
God, that's hilarious. Yeah, he did some wild shit. And then I guess he had a falling out with Howard, and then he went over to Jay Leno.
He
was the announcer of the Jay Leno show. So that was a great gig for him.
No, but
he was like very underrated. Like he just was willing to. But there was like that. What he had created was a morning show that you had to listen to. Like you would go to work and you go, oh my God, did you hear Howard?
Right. Yeah.
Did you hear? And he did it every day. And it was a super valuable thing because it didn't exist anywhere else. If we're around today, we have all these like social media memes that are hilarious and fucked up. We have like Reddit threads that are hilarious. There's a lot of stuff out there where people are being outrageous. But back then there wasn't.
Right, it was just
so
Howard.
You had a boring ass fucking job where you're like sitting in a truck all day delivering packages or whatever it is, and in that morning when you get to work, you're listening to Howard fucking Stern, and he's got some lady who's riding on a vibrator, and she's like, remember he had the Sybian. He had different gals ride on this thing.
No, it was even worse. If people wanted to promote like their band, the mom would be controlling it, or the son would be controlling it. The mom would be sitting on it, or like brother and sister. And you're sitting there, you just want to kill yourself.
Jesus Christ. He just went for it. And he got fined by the FCC. It was a big deal.
For saying like lusty lesbians and lust or something like that? It was just nothing.
It was during the Bush era. Yeah. And this was back when the right was trying to censor people. Right. And this is our pivot and our shift again. You know, it's really kind of fascinating. It really is. The culture shift between right and left authoritarianism, and now people don't recognize that if you just stopped looking at it in terms of red and blue, look at the actions whether it's war, suppression of free speech, pharmacological interventions that are mandatory, whatever the fuck it is, that used to all be associated with the authoritative right, the authoritarian right. And now those things are being embraced by the left. And I just think it's just an ideology thing. And I think we get confused and we think we're on the right side. We're on the right side. And if it's our side that's saying this, for sure that's the right thing to do. And no one's critically thinking about this.